Live, no swearing, please, ladies. We are live. Good afternoon and welcome to a very dressed up Seller Ladies Live. I don't know quite why it turned into hat day. We were all talking about wearing something from our stock, and this is not for sale. This is mine.
This isn't from my stock either.
Cohen's waiting for a wedding. So currently there are three of us. We may have more people drop in. It's a lovely day and everyone's out in the garden, and to be honest, I can't exactly blame them. Oh, okay, the conversation has started. Very confused by that. I'm going to say hello to some peeps in the chat because I've clearly missed a whole bunch of people coming in, so I'm going to say hello. Let's go back. Cheryl Rowland was in first. Hiya, still 69 UK, asking if I've been eaten by the sharks. Funnily, no, I don't think there's enough meat on me, to be perfectly frank. We have Donna the Brummy, hello and welcome. We have Carla. Hello, Carla. You can jump in if you like, Carla. No worries there. And Cohen. Cohen sells clothes. Good afternoon. Hope you're feeling perky. Hello, India Chick. That's Louise. Hello. We're loving your yoga sessions. It's mind, body, calm yoga. Anybody wants some beautiful yoga sessions? Louise has done some wonderful ones. There's one specially for your lower back. There's one specially for your upper back and shoulders and neck. We're all huddled over our computers, so definitely needed. There's a nice balancing one that's new on this morning, and some lovely meditations for calmness. So do go and check out Mind, Body, Calm Yoga because it is brilliant. Then we've got, aren't we fashionable? Very on trend. I don't feel the top hat is quite of the moment.
Louise says, these our Easter bonnets?
Yeah.
I don't really do Easter. This is actually my drumming hat. When we go out drumming and we get all face painted up and we wear the tatters and the black and everything, and I've got a big coat and this, and then I've got these sort of glasses that go on it to make it look a bit steampunky. But this is the original deal. This is actually a Victorian hat. And it fits me and I can tuck my ears under, so hello, that works for me. Daryl Sweat Mopper is in. Nat Resells is in. Hello. How bad am I at this sort of thing? And we've got Mind, Body, Calm Yoga. There we go. Louise has put hers in. And Mum of 5 sons. Hi, you're very brave. And that's probably all that can be said on that. I've got one son. We're surviving here, but more than one child seems to be hard work. And Welsh Wondernia, welcome. We'll try and keep up with the chat as we go along, because there seems to be only the three of us in at the moment, so you've got a sort of half dosage of Reseller Ladies. And we didn't have a specific topic because I think we're all feeling a bit like, what day of the bloody week is it anyway? I certainly am. And it's like, yes, it's Friday.
Yeah.
Which
all day yesterday I thought it was Friday.
Did you do anything differently because you thought it was Friday?
No, I just kept having to remind myself it wasn't, and yeah. Because obviously Nick does poker in the evening, even though he's doing it online now. So I have to remember I've got to feed him earlier and all that stuff. So I had to keep saying, it's not Friday, I need to do this.
That sounds like you should be writing a book called The Care and Maintenance of a Good Husband.
Yeah, it would be a big book.
Yep. Well, he's busy packaging cubes, I believe. Is the cubes business still going well?
It is, yeah. We've had loads of sales today, but I think he's having a weekend off, so don't know what he's doing.
I bet he doesn't. I bet he's back.
I think he's off it, but yeah, doing other things.
Oh, it's technically already the weekend. There we are. Thank you, Karen. Yes, it probably is. Yeah. One day tends to merge into the next for me.
Carla's backstage, apparently.
Oh, Carla's in. Oh, hello. Thank you. Sorry, I've been blind. How could I ignore you? Hello, Carla.
Hello. I don't have a hat.
That's very fetching.
I wasn't ready for the whole hat scenario, so.
It wasn't planned. It's not. I may have to take this off soon because I'm getting a hot head.
I am.
I could have turbaned. I'm not sure I know how to turban.
There is a method.
If I put a turban on, could please any viewers who are of turban wearing communities please not be offended at me doing it, because I'm going to do it very, very badly, I'm sure. And there is absolutely no offence intended in my attempt. I'm sure this is not even how you begin, is it?
I don't know.
I'm not
No, but you could read us at our fortune at the moment.
Yeah.
Plus
I
my
don't- yeah.
The ball out.
So I've never actually watched anyone putting their turban on. Perhaps I should go and educate myself.
Yeah.
It's not going well, is it?
Something has landed on your head.
I look like a poor man's Lawrence of Arabia. Yes, we'll abandon that. You just have to put it on my natural head.
Yes, I may have to take mine off as well because it's quite hot under here.
Yeah, it is boiling. Let's go with that.
Brave, though.
Mine is available if anybody wants to buy it. It's Jacques Vert.
Ooh,
Oh, Jacques Vert.
Jacques Vert.
Yes,
Alfred, I look like a bride. I don't know who he thinks he's marrying.
it's an unusual bridal costume. If I ever was one.
I look like a lunatic is how I looked.
Yeah, I started off wearing my stocks. I got this leather coat on, which is about to go on, like, be listed. It's slightly faded down one of the shoulders, but it's quite cool. It's vintage, darling. And then I've got 2 belts that are going to get listed, and a waistcoat.
Was your intention to wear all of your stock? Did we stop you before you got finished getting dressed?
These were the stuff. This was the stuff that I hadn't actually packed away yet.
Or are you going to try and put on all 1,700 items?
No, I should stop now.
it's looking very adamant.
I felt a little dressed. Yeah, obviously inspired. It's one of those looks that just seems to happen without me trying. So. No effort required. I'm wearing all of the stock all of the time. Yes, I'm only little under.
Yeah. I totally forgot that you said that, so I didn't wear any stock. Sorry.
Well, I wasn't meant to be here, so I haven't worn any stock either.
Well, Karen, you're wearing some lovely necklaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one necklace. It's glass is it milfoil beads? I can't remember how you
One with the little flowers in.
Millefleur.
Millefiori.
Yeah.
I think that might be a yogurt. Oh no, that's Millibone or something, isn't it?
I did buy this to sell, this cardigan, but it's got a stain on the back. So I just thought, I'll just keep it.
Now you're going to have to show us. Where's this stain?
I think it's on the bottom.
What sort state?
Yeah, that's always the worry, isn't it? With
Life between.
Don't say that.
what have you sold? What have you sold?
I've sold a Weight Watchers smart counter thing that people tot up their points on if they're on Weight Watchers. And that is exactly how I described it. It's a counter thing that you fooble around with.
All the keywords. It works.
All the keywords.
I have to say, give them a round of applause for carrying on with Weight Watchers at this time.
Oh, yeah, blimey.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. By the time we are allowed out of our houses, I won't be able to get out of my house.
Well, there's a lot of snacking going on, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Although Ellen and Nick have eaten most of the snacks. He did buy Jaffa cakes in the post office yesterday.
They won't last long. They must have
nearly
gone.
all of those are gone. I can't eat them, but I think between them, they've polished them off.
There is a parcel incoming, Andrea.
Oh,
There's a parcel incoming, but I'm afraid it's not for you. Sorry.
oh,
Oh.
okay.
Sorry to raise your hopes and lower them again. It's are you is there any chance that Ellen is tuning in?
No, she's up in her room.
Okay, because it's I won't go into detail anyway, but it's for Ellen. You'll know when it arrives.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, I ordered Ellen a lint Easter egg, and of course, it didn't turn up. It was out of stock, and she was absolutely gutted. And I'd got myself a vegan one, and I've got Nick one as well. So I said she could have my vegan one. So she's got something.
Well,
something to
if
eat.
you're absolutely sure she's not tuning in,
Oh, okay.
if you're sure she's not tuning in,
All right. Yeah.
take it back.
She's not.
Take your vegan one back.
Oh, okay.
So you can repossess your vegan one.
Guess what might be in the box.
Okay, thanks. Oh,
Well, you mentioned in one of the ladies' chats that hers hadn't arrived. So,
Oh,
Thank you, Carla.
no worries. I sent Cheryl some cake mix. It took 10 days to get there. I mean, by the time it got there, it was probably a cake. It probably evolved.
Yeah, you can't find flour for love nor money in the shops at the minute. Everyone suddenly thinks of getting inspired to bake. People who've never baked in their lives are baking. It's going to be dangerous on the old
Well, I
stomach.
read somewhere that apparently the reason for the shortage is not that we don't have any flour stock in the country. It's something to do with the way they bag it. So what this article said was something on the lines of that the packing line, they use the same packing process, same packing lines for the large wholesale bags as they do for the small retail bags. And so they set up the run and they pack X number, like huge X number, an unbelievable amount of flour in wholesale run. And then when they've done that, they reset the program or whatever it is that they do, and they pack X huge number in retail size packaging. And it's something to do with that that's caused the issue, because they were currently in the middle of a big packaging run or something, and now the big package stuff isn't needed because a lot of the places that would normally order it, like restaurants or whatever, are not open. And so that how much of it was fact and how much was and how much I've just completely reinterpreted and said wrong now is another matter entirely. So, ka-ching.
Wow. Oh, ka-chings all over the place, and it's not me.
So much goes on that we have absolutely no idea about.
Mm.
We just take them for granted.
Well, I saw on the news
you just go by flow, don't you? You don't even think about it.
they're throwing away thousands and thousands of litres of milk that they normally supply to cafes.
Yeah.
I think that's so terrible.
Yeah.
Doing that.
They've got no choice. The cows have to be milked. If you don't milk your cow, it dies. Basically, that's the. And they've got no onward chain for the milk, and so they're having to pour it away.
Yeah. It's you soon realise just how balanced all this stuff is, and something goes out of whack, and the whole thing.
Well, you know what I'm going to say as a vegan, and I'm not going to be preachy, but maybe they just should let them keep their children, and then that's where the milk goes.
That's what it's meant.
There we go.
We'd have a lot of cows then, wouldn't we?
I've said it.
Wouldn't we have an awful lot of cows?
Yeah, but then you just don't get them pregnant as much.
Yeah, it's a very managed process, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a thorny ethical question. Do we have the right to interfere with a cow's desire to have a child?
In my opinion, no.
We'll have this one off screen somewhere.
I was going to say, this one could go into very dark places.
I'm not a preachy vegan. I just had to have my say there.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You're not at all a preachy vegan, Andrea. I know a preachy vegan, and she's terrible. She says some really horrible things to people on Facebook, and I think you should. Your beliefs are your beliefs. Don't force them onto other people.
The internet is full of them, unfortunately.
You're welcome to have your say in your opinion, but I would never enforce my beliefs on anyone. Nick's a meat eater, and I don't preach to him.
Yeah, well, that's very bad.
That goes across everything. You are obviously entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to voice your opinion, and I don't mean you personally, Andrew. I mean anyone in any someone I know, not mentioning names, has been receiving an increasing number of religious-based messages that have become quite intrusive, shall we say? And I just take the point of view that you are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to voice your opinion. However, you are not entitled to voice your opinion to the point where other people wish you would stop voicing it. Just and you're certainly not going to personal message your opinion to someone who hasn't requested it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh gosh, we got lots more people coming in the chat now. We've got Shelley's in. Lovely Auntie Sue is in. Auntie Sue. There's quite a lot of people. Oh, Caroline's in. Everyone's in the house. Hey. Who else have I ignored? I've probably ignored Aid is in. Aid Waldron, Rachel B. Joan, hello. All you lovelies. And I've probably missed a couple as well, for which I can only profusely apologise. It's lovely to have everyone here on this sunny day. Quite unexpected. Any questions for us, please ask away, because we are slightly topicless today. We just couldn't come up with anything in particular without talking about things that should not be named for whatever reason. But we haven't all completely lost our marbles. Well, colours looking over on the floor, but
I think she's having a sneezing fit.
Yes, yeah, well, she's muted herself. Yeah, get him out, girl.
As long as she's not choking, because we can't reach in and give you a hind leg.
No. Yeah.
I'm going to cry. Oh dear. There's something managed to get hold of Lou roll. Kidding.
Karen's got a good question. Is it too early for wine? Well,
No.
It's the weekend.
beginning of the Easter weekend? No.
It's a bank holiday. Just imagine you're having a barbecue. You'd have a glass of wine with your barbecue. So
Just make sure you drink lots of water so you don't want a nasty headache. That's the
Especially
thing.
out in that sun.
Oh dear. I ordered myself a
What were
big
you saying?
house.
That we haven't lost our
Yeah,
minds.
sorry, I wasn't choking.
I think Carla's frozen, or is that me?
Yeah,
Look back in the room.
that's not great.
I'm dancing. Can you see me dancing, or am I still still?
No, you're right. You're
You're
right.
right. You're moving.
Oh, just every now and then it glitches, but
Yeah, I can hear you.
you're fine. It's like me at coffee mornings when
Oh, I'm loving the question here. It's a very good question for all of us. What's the best thing about lockdown for us?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone can begin.
Comfortable waistbands. Comfortable waistbands is the best thing about lockdown. I am almost at the point of going, I don't need to wear a bra, I'm not leaving the house, but I haven't quite got there yet. But the bra comes off earlier and earlier each day. You know, bra off time has always been traditionally around about 6 p.m. and I think it's crept down to about 4 p.m. So
Yeah. I think for me, it's I'm chatting to people and seeing people probably more than I do normally because we're doing lots of video calls and stuff.
Yeah.
So like family, we
you're going
can
to say because we're doing the lockdown and go and visit him.
yeah, we could go a good couple of weeks without actually seeing people because we're all scattered and we're all busy, and we're regularly chatting, and it's good.
Yeah, mine's probably similar to that, Andrea, because my sister's ringing me most days, and mostly to stress about homeschooling, but that's okay. And we've set up a chat group with my two sisters and my dad so that we can keep in contact with my mum and dad's every day. So that's nice, because normally I probably only speak to my dad about once a month because it's my mum that rings me every week. And unless my dad comes on the phone, I don't really speak to him that often. So that's been nice as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. How are your mum and dad doing, Corinne?
My dad's feeling much better actually today. I think he's on day 22 and he is starting to feel like he's coming to the other side of it now, and he is feeling a lot better. My mum's still not great, but she's managing to potter about the house and do washing and stuff, so she's not like ill in bed. So yeah, but they're getting there.
That's good news.
Yeah, and Karen Sells Clothes has also commented pretty much the same sort of thing. It's the fact that everybody isn't quite as busy, so there is more time for people. And I hope if there's one thing we can bring out of all of this at the end of it is that that's important and we should keep it going. I've probably seen more of my parents these last few weeks than I normally do, and they don't live a million miles away. But because I've had to take them shopping and things, I've dropped it at the door and then stood a long way back and had conversations. But they've seen more of me these last couple of weeks than they have done in months. So it's no bad thing. It's no bad thing.
Karen also said she never realised that housework can be dragged out for a whole day. And in my experience, Karen, if you really, really work on not putting any effort in, you can drag it out for years.
I still try and avoid it. I'm not fond. I'd rather do anything else.
I do it when it really needs to be done, but most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't even do it then, to be honest. Even when it really needs to be done, that's when I start going, I should probably do something.
My mum spends like 2 days
of this. I'm going to go
before I go to visit my parents. My mum spends 2 days cleaning because she thinks that, I don't know why. I'm like, Mum, I'll just take you as you are, and she's like, no, it has to be.
How do you not know why? You gap shamed me 2 days ago on his 21st birthday. You shelf shamed Josh. How do you not know why?
Okay, that's why.
Even Craig the Monocle has edited his Instagram feed to suit your notions of how his room should look. That's why.
I'm going to get a
Thinks you're going to turn up with white cotton gloves on and go along the tops of the picture rails.
Okay.
No, I did not do that.
I'm going to write a letter to your mum. I'm going to say next time Karin makes you feel that you need to clean for 2 days, ask her if she's wearing any pants. That'll stop in her tracks.
Oh dear, making my face hurt.
Oh dear, yeah.
That's true.
And Shell's pointing out you did the same before they came to visit you, that you cleaned your house for 2 days before they came.
Yeah, true.
I like that. Kim and Aggie have got nothing on Karin.
Yeah,
Those are cleaning ladies.
very messy because I have the contents of under the bed in here, and I have all my sewing stuff out, which I'm still in the middle of sorting out, and then some of my stock as well. So it is messy.
This is tidy for me.
You let us know.
In fact, I will show you. I actually got into framing some lovely things.
Oh,
Oh, yes. Anyone remember these?
Oh, yeah.
You know yourself. And then there are these, which Lex very sweetly made for me.
Oh,
Brilliant.
yeah.
I finally found the box frames.
Indie Chick says she doesn't even know what's under her bed, and she doesn't think she wants to know either.
Ooh, no, if you don't know, if you haven't looked in that length of time, it could be very nasty.
Yeah, Ellen has absolutely been gutting her room. It's never been as clean. And she moved her bed and hoovered all underneath, and it's all in a different position now. She's decluttered, but the trouble is everything that she's decluttered has come out. Now it's all in the spare room and along the hallway upstairs.
Yeah, just got rid of. Like, not in my room anymore.
I don't want that anymore. Great.
Maybe if Natalie wasn't a key worker, she'd start on hers.
Yeah.
Oh, Daryl's got some eBay stock under his bed. Well, it needs to come out and get listed, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it'll get very dusty under there.
I really want a new bed, but I've got no real. I mean, I need a new mattress, but I don't really need a new bed. But I really want one, and I'm just kind of, when you go round and round and round a subject with yourself over and over again, like I want. You don't need a new bed. You're being silly. You don't need a new bed. Yeah, but you don't need a new bed. Yes, but I really want one. And if I had a new bed, if you had a new bed, what? Well, you don't need a new bed. Yeah, but I need a new mattress. If I'm buying a new mattress, and I'm like, it's not that fact that I'm actually now. Literally, there are now two of me. Or is it
in your head?
I don't need a new bed, but I really want one.
We're the same, actually. We definitely need a new mattress, and actually I quite like a new bed, but I want one of those ones that where it lifts up so that you can store
that's what I got.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
But I need a good one, because I think if they're cheap, it's not gonna, the mechanism's gonna
So we've got a good one with a metal. I'll have to find out what the company was we got it from. It is really good, and it was a good price. I think it was about 400 and something.
Is that all? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, which is quite cheap for those, and it's like all upholstered. Just the frame. We didn't get a mattress. We bought a mattress from I always forget the name. They're always advertising on TV.
Benson's for beds.
No, the mattress.
Is it Emma?
The mattress.
No.
Yeah.
Have you got one of those funny mattresses that comes about the size of a Tupperware lunchbox, and then you open it up and it goes bam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they good?
We got a Simba one, and it was too soft. We both laid on it, and we ended up like that,
Oh God, no touching.
I've got like a memory foam one now, but it's really light. It's really good. It's got a 15-year guarantee, and I cannot think of the name of the company. It's not Silent Night.
Yeah, Emma mattress is one of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's lots of them with
I'm
names.
imagining Karen going, I like it, let's keep it, and Karen going, it's going back.
Is it Casper? Is it Casper?
No.
We have guessed now. Guess the identity of the secret match.
There's loads of them. They said they also seem to set themselves up at the same time.
No, this is like a
Those-
one that have been around for what? Is it Dormeo? It might be Dormeo.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It seems that Lex has a new dress on the way by Vivienne Westwood. I'm very jealous. And looks like, I'm sure it'll be fabulous. We're both Vivienne fans.
Hopefully she'll model it in a...
I think Zahir and I talked her into buying it the other night during the Master Reseller.
Ah.
She didn't need much talking in, mind. She said, shall I buy this? And we went, yeah.
Yeah, okay then. I think if she's going to ask somebody, she's already made up her mind. I'm the same as that. I'm just asking out politeness. I've already decided it's happening.
Look at the gloves. Look at the Vivienne Westwood. Shall I buy these? No, don't buy those. Tough. I bought them. Oh, well, why ask?
I was going to say, what if someone says no? Then you're like, oh, still got to do it.
Oh, a serious question. Is anyone being really good and filing their tax return as it's past the 6th of April? So the one just gone, has everyone done their books and is completely up to date? It's a no from me.
I'm not quite that good. I'm good, but I'm not that good. It'll go in about 3 or 4 weeks' time.
Yeah.
We'll finish tying the ends up.
We've talked about it.
We've talked about it. And that's all that's happening. Yeah, don't you wait until the 30th of 30th
Yeah, usually, very last minute. Yeah.
Panic.
Yeah.
Poor Nick. I've seen that panic when you guys do your last minute ones. I couldn't deal with that quite on that level.
Yeah, we've done it for years like that.
Yeah.
And every year we tell ourselves, we'll be more organised next year.
Yeah. I was having a really good year until March and all this stuff kicked off, and I thought I was going to turn in some really good figures, and not so much now, but hey-ho, it is what it is.
Yeah. Someone's pressed a big pause button this year, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, obviously you guys have got your cubes and things going out, which was a real luck, timing, amazing thing. Yeah. And anyone out there with games and puzzles. And well, I mean, I'm mostly clothes, but I'm still selling some. They are moving, but I would say my average sale price is down a little bit. And, it's not up there. It's not amazing.
Yeah.
But it is still going, for which I'm grateful, because I wondered if it was all just going to drop off the end of a cliff, and it doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, well, it's encouraging that it's still ticking over.
Not I am. My sales are fine.
What was
You
that?
broke up, Carla.
I said that's where I am. My sales are fine. They're not outstanding. They're not unbelievable, but they're also nothing to worry about. They're just okay. They're average and normal, and everything, touch wood, seems to be going okay.
I think I will take my shop off holiday on the 1st of May, so I'll just have April off, because my sales were just so dire in March.
Yeah.
So I'll do that, but I'll make sure I've got plenty there ready to go for the 1st of May, so that I've got plenty to go on. And I've sorted out a load of media which can go on, and I'll just put it on my shop, even though it's ours.
I get that on soon, really, because I mean, the thing is, people have adjusted to the lockdown now, and have kind of are now getting a bit bored, and are starting to think, I can't just go out and buy this, that, and the other. And they've watched all the movies they've got in their house. They want something different. Yeah, I think it's worth doing, and I do think we are.
DVDs.
Yeah.
Sorry, Heather.
No,
yeah.
So
I think everybody went, we don't need DVDs anymore. Now we've got Netflix and this and that. We don't need DVDs. And now they're going, I've watched everything on Netflix, all of it. I've watched it all.
Yeah. And if it's anything like me, every time I think, I really want to see so-and-so, and I go onto Netflix and it's not on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not everything is there.
No.
Yeah, I got that film In Her Shoes from the charity shop a couple of months ago, because I never seen that on any of the streaming things or on Sky Movies, and it's a good film. I watched it years ago.
Yeah, it is a good
Cameron
film.
Diaz, and I always forget her name, off of Muriel's Wedding. So I've got that to watch, and then I'll watch that, and then I'll sell that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that.
That's a good film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I can't think of any What Muriel's wedding either. Thanks for that.
Oh, it's going to bug me now.
Tony,
I'll have to Google it.
Tony Collette.
Correct. Tony
Tony
Collette.
Collette.
Tony
Correct.
Collette.
That's the one. Oh gosh, well that's the thing is, I mean, I'm not watching much more telly than I used to, but we're slowly working our way through all the Blackadders with my son. We're now on series 2, which is much ruder than series 1. A lot funnier.
Yeah.
Slightly embarrassing to watch with a 13-year-old boy. Sat there watching it, but he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember this one. Oh dear.
I watched the Red Dwarf special last night. That was good.
Oh, we recorded it. I haven't watched it yet.
Wait, what special?
Oh, well, what happens is...
Red
Yeah,
Dwarf.
that was good.
Red Dwarf. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't started watching those yet, but I think he'd quite enjoy that as well. So it's difficult, really, trying to find things that a 13-year-old child would like to watch.
I think if he likes Blackadder, I think he'll like Red Dwarf. They're kind of the same kind of level of humour, if you want, I suppose. You know, they're cleverly written, and there's I mean, the earlier Red Dwarfs are better than the later ones.
Yes.
I'm not sure what changed in recent years when they brought it back. It wasn't quite the same.
Yeah.
So the earlier ones are strong.
No, it should have had a DNR on that one, really. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's asking if you managed to find Father Ted.
I haven't found it yet. Apparently, people have been saying it's on Channel 4, you know, their catch-up thing. But to be honest, I haven't had a real concerted look. You know, I don't know what it's like in your household, but for me to actually get hold of the controls for the television is proving to be quite rare. So I don't actually.
You probably won't be surprised to learn that I am the person that has the remote control.
I'm not surprised in one bit.
I have to be in charge of the fast forwarding because he's so rubbish at it. He always goes over.
Karen, you could have taken the word remote out of that sentence and it would have worked just fine.
Oh no, he's not under the thumb. Honestly, if you met him, you'd realise he's not. He does what he wants to do. He's not under the thumb, I promise you. I just nag him to death until he does what I want, basically.
Oh, Little Britain. There we are. Saved by Shelley. Little Britain. Her kids are watching Little Britain. Yeah, my son, we watched some of it, but I think he ended up sitting there with like a magazine for when Bubbles DeVere comes on. He's like, oh God. I know it's a fat place, but and it was only when it came out. Oh God, I forgot that one. Funny though. Some of them are really funny, but he misses some of the early characters that they don't reprise because obviously it does change around. And Harry Enfield, strangely enough. Harry Enfield's are enjoying.
Wayne and Waynetta Slob are just so fun. They are so fun.
I love Catherine. What's her name? The lady in Harry Enfield.
Oh, Kathy Burke.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant. I have so much time. She's the sort of person I want to sit and have a cup of tea with. You know what I mean?
She was really good friends with Darren's uncle who died last year. She was good friends with her.
Hmm.
Mm.
I
don't know anyone famous. Sorry.
My mother-in-law does.
Oh, do tell.
Well, she's semi-famous. She's not really famous anymore. She still is here. Hufty. Do you remember Hufty from was she on The Word? She had a shaved head. Geordie woman.
I only just remember The Word.
I remember The Word.
I love The Word, but I don't remember her.
And the Geordie woman that was in Emmerdale for years. She used to be in Biker Grove as well. She's got red hair. Can't remember her name. My mother-in-law's friends with her.
Oh.
Right.
Sorry.
No,
Emmerdale, you know.
I didn't remember it. Kevin and Perry. Yeah, Kevin and Perry's a hoot.
I used to do a really good impression of Perry, but it won't be a good impression anymore because I think my voice is different now.
What is it, dropped?
I hate you.
I hate you. What is this
I don't
person?
know if I could do it on here. I'll be too embarrassed.
Bring this person.
When he draws a moustache on. Just
No, not Spuggy. Not Spuggy, Lex.
Hufty. Indy remembers
Someone
Hufty.
will know. Off Emmerdale, red hair, Geordie woman. I can't think of her name.
It's one of those people that the minute you saw it, you're like, oh yeah, it's you.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll just look away. Famous person, thank you. Not that good.
Let's hope Dale was happy now. He's been treated. He's been treated. Oh dear. Well, we've got blazing sunshine here. Weather report from the southeast. There isn't a cloud in the sky. It's beautiful.
It's
You
25
know when it's
degrees
supposed-
out there.
Is it? Wow.
You know when it's supposed to rain? Easter Sunday.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it makes no odds to us, but it's kind of a good job if you know, that we're not out.
Oh, so big, it's 23 degrees, not 25.
Oh, I shall have a check and see what it is
25
here.
earlier.
It's not. It's definitely not here. It's always colder here.
Well, you're up north, love. It's grim
Yeah.
up north.
Snowing outside.
It's just 21 here.
Oh.
It's warmer where you are, Carla.
Yeah, I'm winning.
Winning at life. Let me have a check and see if I can. Phone's going slow now.
Any advance on 23 degrees? 17's not bad for Newcastle.
Yeah. It was nicer earlier.
Come on, any advance on 23 degrees, or do I get the prize? What do we think?
Waiting.
It's been slow. Well, it's just 22.
I think Karen's competitiveness rubbed off on me.
Pardon?
I said, I think your competitiveness has rubbed off on me.
I'm really not that competitive, I swear. It just comes out when I play games. I'm not like that all the time.
Well, it's 22 here, so you win, Carla. There you go.
Yay!
Party at your house then, Carla.
Yeah.
On the way.
I wasn't as cheerful yesterday when I was waiting in the queue at Tesco in it, I must admit.
How long did it take to get through?
An hour. Took me an hour to get in. And when I got in, I discovered that although it was 25 degrees outside, they had not compensated by turning down the heating inside. So it was boiling inside and I nearly passed out going round.
Oh, blimey.
Absolutely melting.
Well, I've just seen Nick come in there. That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, they'll tell us that one.
Yeah, you make it. Why would you do that?
We had a message today. Apparently, somebody reported us for selling fake goods with the cubes, even though they're officially licensed things.
And you weren't calling them Rubik's, were you?
I found the name of that actress that my mother-in-law knows. Her name's Charlie Hardwick.
Oh yeah, the name rings a bell.
I'll have to look her up.
Yeah.
Oh, the glories of internet.
Oh yeah.
Still don't know her.
No, it didn't.
I suppose
I never watched Emmerdale.
I know, I've never been a massive Emmerdale fan.
Yeah.
My mum used to watch it when I was very small, but that was back in the days of Seth and Ma Sugden and people.
Yeah. When it was Emmerdale Farm.
Yeah, when they had old people and livestock.
Yeah.
What was the name? Charlie, what's that?
Hardwick.
Hardwick. That's a proper northern name, isn't it? Charlie Hardwick,
Oh yeah.
actress.
Nick says they're not even licenses; they're their own patented design. Yeah.
I think that picture looks familiar. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, I didn't recognise it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That picture looks familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, I think people are just jealous, you know. That's what it is. Just jealous of that was, I mean, it couldn't have been better timing, you know. The gods were definitely looking after you guys with those cubes. Thank goodness.
Couldn't make it up.
It's not just luck, though. In fairness, without wishing to sound like an asslick,
Intuition.
you've got to give credit for the business know-how that makes you go, yes, I will do it, and I will invest in it, and yes, it's going to be a big chunk of money, but I believe that now is the right time. I would miss that opportunity. If that opportunity came my way, I would miss it, because I would not be brave enough to do it. I would not go, yes, that is a good idea. I would go, oh, it's a lot of money, I can't do that. Or, you know, so it's not just luck.
No,
the opportunity coming along is the only luck part of it. You taking the opportunity, that part's not luck. That part is sound business sense at the right time.
And
so
there's never a guarantee in anything. You've just got to think, you know, what have I got to lose? That's the first question. You know, what's the worst case scenario? But then, you know, it just seemed like something that would really sell well at Christmas, for the most part. So
Yeah.
it seemed like a no-brainer, really. Then it was, how much? How many do we buy? Do we go big?
yeah.
And space as well. You know, there are things I haven't bought because I haven't had the room to store them, and that's a practical consideration too. You know,
I mean, one of the frustrating things about these cubes must be the stupidity of the packaging. If they had packed them in packaging that was the same shape as the cube, you'd be fitting 6 or 7 in the space where 2 are going, wouldn't you? When mine arrived, I was like, it looks very nice, but bloody hell, he's had to put it in a massive box to compensate for the weirdness of the shape of it, you know? Yeah.
Educated gamble, that's Nick's phrase. And that actually, it's intuition plus learned knowledge plus risk taking and experience. It's all of those things. And yeah, no, I think it's brilliant. It's great when people do things like that.
Indy says she's got a daft question. Apart from family and friends, who else would you like to be in lockdown with? And my answer is always going to be Tom Ellis, every time. Whether he'd like it or not, I don't know. But
who's Tom Ellis?
He played Gary in Miranda.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't as sexy in that as he was when he was then Lucifer.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty sexy role anyway.
I didn't see that. I prefer Gary.
I need to see
Definitely worth looking for Lucifer. Definitely.
And he's not with Camden Althwaite anymore, is he? They've split up.
He's not what?
He was a silly boy.
Oh, you mean he's available?
Oh, Carla, get in there, girl.
I know, I think it's with someone else now. Sorry.
Oh, damn it! I'm too slow.
So he cheated, didn't he? And he got
and
kicked.
she's got a toy boy as well, so they're both quite happy.
Yeah, I saw that on Lorraine when she was on Lorraine.
So what about you guys? Who would you like to be locked down with?
Quite happy with just 3 of us, to be fair.
Yeah, it could get a bit crowded if there was an extra man in the place. I don't think Nick will be into sharing, do you?
You can have a stasis booth for Nick and pop him into stasis for a few weeks here and there.
Does it have to be a human being? I'd quite like a dog.
Oh.
I must admit, dogs are great. Apart from Buddy. In fact, I may parcel Buddy up and send him to you. He's not fun to be locked down with.
Has he been farting again?
Oh, he's farting all over the place. But also, bless him, this is going to sound horrible, he's going deaf. Now, I do feel sorry for the fact that he's going deaf, but because he's going deaf, he's compensating by barking at everything in case it's happening.
Oh, right.
Preemptive barking. Oh, God.
Yeah, just barking all the time at nothing. Nick says he doesn't agree to being popped into stasis. Well, nor did Lister, and it still happened, so I don't think you get to it. Indy said it'd be good to be in lockdown with a chef.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, a chef or Dawn French, because I'm sure she'd be a laugh.
Yes.
Or,
Somebody, I think it was Joe earlier, asked if anyone's been watching The Trouble with Maggie Cole.
Yeah. Yeah,
I look forward to that every Wednesday, and now it's finished.
I've got them all to watch. I've only watched the first one, so that's on my to watch
I love that. I just really like her in anything, but it's a nice feel good, little program.
Yeah, I was a little concerned for Caroline going to watch Peaky Blinders. I was thinking, oh my word, it's quite visceral.
Yeah, I tried to watch it and I just couldn't. There's something.
I could see.
I watched the first episode of that tiger thing last night. Has anyone watched that? No. What's it called? Tiger
King.
Is it Tiger King?
Yeah.
But I found myself getting so upset because the female tigers, they just didn't look right because they've just been so overbred. You know, keep having more and more babies, and I just found myself getting really upset with them just pulling all the cubs around, and I don't know, I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but when they have the clip that comes up when you're about to watch something on Netflix, and the clip always seems to come up, and my son just thinks the accent is hilarious. So, you know, yeah, maybe sometime we'll watch it, but you might not like it.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm saving it. Saving it. I'm not there yet.
Not that desperate. Tiger King. There we go. Yeah.
Tiger King. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I find myself hunting around for if anyone's still putting out an old haul video or something, just to feel like things are normal. Love a haul video. I do miss them, but I think there's a couple of the jewellery ladies and that who Texas Gal Treasures, Margaret. Yeah. I think she must have a room stashed full of these jewellery jars that she's never been into, and she's saying, this is a haul I got back in January. And I think, where the bloody hell have you been putting that these last 4 months, you know? And she'll go through the haul, and it's like, but it's nice to see stuff. I like stuff, especially when it kind of comes in and goes out.
Yeah, mine comes in and stays for a while.
Well, so does some of mine. I'm not a quick flipper by any means, as anyone who knows my stuff will testify. But the funny thing was, someone bought a really big mohair jackety cardigan thing the other day, and just as this weather really established itself, I'm like, you're not going to need that for a couple of days, missus.
Well, that hat I was wearing, I bought with Mel Sparrow's End, August 2018, and I never got around to listing it last year. Completely forgot to list it, and I thought, I'll list it this year for the races, and obviously they're all off now. So
yeah.
See, I don't list seasonally. I list whatever, whenever, and leave it on until it sells, or doesn't, as the case may be.
Well, exactly. I'm up at about 1,700 listings now, which is obviously I have to pay for the buy it nows that are 6p each or something. But I kind of think it's worth it. It's like to be limited when you just want to move stock seems a shame. So yeah, eBay bills are going up. But you know, when it comes to sort of things like having to pay the tax bill, I think I'd rather pay it this year than just defer it and then have to find that money later on. I wouldn't want that. Horrible idea.
I've just read a comment. Stall69 UK says, forget Netflix. Most interesting are the backgrounds and interiors of celebrities broadcasting from their homes. And that is so true. Ellen said, do you know what I'm loving about all of this? We get to see what people's houses look like.
Some of them get some ordinary looking houses, don't you? And you're like, oh, you live in a normal house like me. Oh. Yeah. I mean, probably not just like me, but you know, you have this idea that all celebrities have a swimming pool and 18 bedrooms, don't you? You know, and some of them don't. Some of them live in an ordinary 3-bed semi. You know, and I just think the weirdness of going, oh yeah, Jason Manford lives next door. You know, because you assume that they all have their own detached place with a big gate, and the idea of just hanging out your washing and watching a celebrity hanging out theirs next door is just
I'll tell you what, I've been fascinated by Robert Peston's office. You know, every time he's on the news, I'm like looking at his books behind him.
Tell you a lot about a person, their book collection, but remember they're showing you what they want you to see. Everything else is kind of like you can't see.
Dominic Raab did an interview, and all he had behind it, bear in mind he sat in a bay window with blinds, and he had stacked up 2 stacks of appropriate books behind him on economics, economics, and whatever. These 2, there's no way those books live there, mate, because you wouldn't be able to open your blinds. They don't live there. You stack those either side of your head to create the right impression of who you are. And furthermore, they're brand new. You've ordered those from Waterstones just in case.
Might need to read those when he's got a couple of weeks off.
I was watching someone on YouTube doing cooking yesterday, and all the cookbooks they were looking through were brand new, and I thought, you obviously don't use those cookbooks because they're all pristine. Mine are a right state, my cookbooks.
That's because
I think some people possibly would possibly go to the extent of ordering a new copy because they wouldn't want anyone to see their tatty copy. Whereas, like you say, if I see a tatty cookbook, it tells me you love that book.
Yeah.
That's a good cookbook if it's got stuff all over it.
But I think some people go to the extent of ordering a Pinterest-worthy one or an Instagram-worthy one. This one looks nice, so I'll order a new copy. You know, straight like people talking about suitable for Instagram on photos and whatever. It's Insta-worthy, you know, and yeah.
Mind you, the mad dash for the charity shops when this lockdown finally finishes. But the thing is, it's going to take them a while to process stuff. Yeah. And I saw one of the charity shops, someone had left stuff outside and they clearly had long shut down.
Yeah.
So that's basically fly tipping, and people are either going to help themselves or I don't know. But it's going to take a while before people go, it's okay to go to a boot fair, and actually the families will then rock up with like a load of stuff.
I think the charity shops are going to be inundated with stock. When they open up, they're going to have such a huge influx that they'll end up saying, no donations, we can't cope. Because in addition, the sad fact is that a lot of charity shops are going to have a massive depletion of staff, partly because it's going to affect the old folk of our population without being too cruel. It really is. Mm-hmm. And partly because a lot of those old folk who are currently volunteering may never come back to the level of bravery socially that they were at before. Having been isolated, having been indoors, having even to the extent of possibly having lost muscle tone through simply not getting out as much as they used to, they may never get back to the position they were at, and it's going to take. I think it's going to take ages before charity shops get back on an even keel, if they do. Because somebody else said at the moment they're not getting help from the government. It's not been extended that far yet.
No.
So you're right there. I mean, that is exactly what happened with my nan when she broke her hip and she was in hospital for a while. She just never got her confidence back. You know, she stopped going out for lunch with her friends and just barely left the house because she was afraid of falling again.
Yeah, loss of confidence. Yeah, it's going to take a long old time, even if they just lifted it, you know, in the next couple of weeks. The process of readjustment, and they're not going to do that. It's going to be very long and very slow. But yeah, it's going to take a long time for things to get back to anything approaching normal, without a doubt.
This is going to be, in my opinion, an indoor summer. Not an indoor summer, but you know what I mean. Anybody who's hoping that it's going to be over in 3 weeks is, I don't mean to sound negative, but I think you should face the truth of it. This is. It's going to be a long haul, and you should be getting in and belted in for the long haul here.
Yeah. I think it's going to be autumn by the time we're, coming out of it properly.
Don't clean out all your cupboards. You're going to need stuff to do.
Spin it out for a few months.
I'm saving the housework for a much later date, for much further down the line.
May never happen.
Yeah, but you've got no one coming round. So who cares?
Oh, sorry, Andrea.
I was going to say, you've got no one coming round, so who cares if the house is dirty?
Yeah.
No one's going to see.
So what we were kind of for Easter weekend, obviously nobody's doing what the things they normally do at Easter, but have we all got anything planned?
Yeah.
I really want to do some reading. I haven't done any reading for ages, and I've got a book that I need to read and pass on. I'd like to sit in the garden and maybe go for a walk. There you go.
Good plan.
Highly exciting.
Well, obviously I won't be going for the walk. But I'm going to carry on sorting out my backyard, because we started that the other day. And I'm going to move. Well, I've got lots of potted plants, so I'm going to move those to a different area. And
Swindon?
What else do I want to do? No, different area of the garden. And what else did I plan to do? I'm making paella with minus the prawns for tea. And I promise you, and I'm going to say it on here so that I definitely do it, this background will not be messy next Friday for Seller Ladies. There you go. Sort this mess out.
God, if you want to see messy, no, you do not want to see messy, but that's what I do.
I get palpitations when I see really messy. I
Oh, I
do.
can give you palpitations. I'll leave that to your hand.
I'm looking at the bit you can't see of the office and wondering if I could kill Carmen with a single photograph.
Probably.
Yeah. Me too.
Well, when I showed you the picture, do you remember I said I'd been hiding my sewing corner, and I sent a picture in the chat of it, what a mess it was. I sent it to my sister as well. My sister was like, "That's not messy. That's just organised piles." I was like, "Okay, it's not
Sending
messy."
you a photo now, Carmen. Brace yourself.
Okay.
Hang on, it helps if I turn the camera around. You nearly got a horrible selfie.
Oh dear. Do you remember Steve Hicksey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he came to visit when we had the shop. He came to visit once, and he out the back where Nick ran the eBay bit. He was stood there and he said, "I don't know if I can stay in here. I'm getting really itchy. It's not making me feel very good," because he was so OCD.
Yeah.
Of course, it was organised chaos, which is generally what the
When
tax.
this is all over, I'm going to live with Karen because I think she'll clean up after me.
Yeah.
I think that's weird.
Oh my lord. Carla Jenkins.
That's only a couple of days worth of untidy.
That's
I
not
clean
good.
out and tidy this area probably 3 or 4 times a week.
See, I wouldn't be able to sit there. It would just bug me so much. I'd have to sort it out before I sat down.
I'll tidy it in a minute because I'll be doing my parcels in this space in a minute. But at the moment, it's fine. I look this direction and it's over there. Karen's actually doing that nervous thing where people touch the back of their neck and go, "Oh, I'm a bit, yeah, I'm a bit, oh dear."
Yeah, Nick says, "I proper freaked Hicksey out, bless him. He's a major neat freak."
Easily done. People of a nervous disposition have to look away.
Lex wants to know about your underwear plans for the weekend, Karen.
Oh.
There will be underwear every day, and I'm currently wearing M&S knickers. Thank you very much.
They're not just knickers, they're
They're
M&S.
M&S knickers.
Mm.
Oh.
Feeds 2 for a tenner. Oh no, that's something else entirely, isn't it? I'm really missing just pottering out and doing and going nowhere. Do you know what I mean? I didn't realize how many times I just dropped that at work and then potter off somewhere. That's what's kind of coming home to me. It's like, oh, I'll just go home. Oh well. So that's what I'm looking for. Natalie was saying one of the people she works with, for anyone who doesn't know, she's a support worker with adults with independent living difficulties. They're not all necessarily disabled or mentally disabled or whatever, but they all have difficulties with living independently. They all need to live somewhere where they are supervised and have support. And she was saying that one of the lads there, he's probably in his late teens, she said, he's driving me crazy because he's moaning that he can't go out. So the only place he ever went was up to the shops once a day to buy a Red Bull, and he's still doing that. But he's driving me mad, moaning that he can't do anything else. But he never did. And the thing is that it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
I do all the things I never did. I was thinking I could drive to Cornwall for the day. When have I ever driven to bloody Cornwall for the day? I've never driven to Cornwall for the day, but I wouldn't now. So it is. Your brain starts to play with you. Your brain starts to go, you could do all these things if you were allowed. Yeah, I wouldn't, but you could. Does
it also make you feel that when we come out of this, that we just all need to go and do more rather than?
Yeah, I'm really hoping that I will. Yeah, Nick's just said I missed the option of doing stuff. Not that I did much stuff, but I could if I wanted to. You know what I mean? That's it. It's knowing you could. It's knowing that the reason I haven't driven to Cornwall for the day is because I've chosen not to. Not because I'm not allowed.
Lex.
He's never in her life skydiving.
This has given George another reason to put his skydiving off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the queue at Tesco's yesterday, there was a guy just across from me, and he had identical hair to George Ross. And I did say to the ladies' chat, it's good to know George Ross's hair is getting out, even if he's not, because it was just the identical hairstyle.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go potholing naked, Nick.
Oh, that would be ouchy.
Yeah.
The skydiving.
Yes, that'd be the breeze in the
I have
pub.
to say that Monday to Friday is not that much different to us, other than me running Ellen around to dance or school or whatever, because we don't really go out sourcing during the week, and we don't really go out that much during the week. So Monday to Friday is just normal working. It's this when it gets to Saturday, that's when we used to go out and visit family or friends or go sourcing, and then it's like, oh, you know.
See,
Can't
mine's
go
the other
out.
way around. Monday to Friday is different because Monday to Friday is normally when I would be out pottering and going out for food. And Saturdays, I nearly always stayed at home anyway. And Sundays were car boot and then live stream and then listing in the afternoon. So Sundays are only different in that there's no car boot. It's
Yeah.
Monday to
Are you
Friday.
missing going to restaurants, Carla? Because you used to go to a lot of restaurants, didn't
I
you?
really am. I am really missing
Mm.
picking up a menu and then walking away from the plate afterwards. I'm
Yeah.
just, you know, but I mean, you've made it sound like I'm some kind of gourmet foodie. I go to restaurants a lot. I don't go to restaurants a lot. I go to pubs a lot and eat food. But yeah, I'm really missing the whole. I don't. It's the reason I don't cook is not because I can't cook. It's because I can't be bothered to think about food. People assume that fat people think about food a lot. And in my experience, the reason I am fat is not because I think about food all the time. It's because I never put any thought into my food. It's because I always pick up a menu and eat it without thinking about it. And I don't go, should I have fat or should I have carbs? I eat whatever the hell I want, whenever I want. And I don't give it any thought at all. And that is what has made me a fat person, you know? And now I'm having to plan meals. And furthermore, suddenly I'm responsible for other people's meals, which I know Heather's going to sympathise with. But also I kind of like, I might go, well, I suppose I don't mind having pasta. And then they go, oh, we had pasta yesterday. Well, like you're on my, I'll just eat pasta myself. But, you know, yeah, I'd eat pasta a couple of days running, but they don't want to because they had pasta the day before.
Yeah. See, I have been making a lot of things that Darren likes to eat, and they're not the healthiest. So I really want to try and change, and like he can have his meals and I'll have mine, because I was talking to Lex about it and she was saying, you know, it's not good for you to be eating stuff that doesn't agree with you, which is true.
Yeah.
Pizza, for example.
Pizza, Chinese, and now I've had dumplings.
Really enjoyed the chat that Lex and Kirsten did yesterday. It was good.
I missed it. I was at Mum's, so I've got to watch that one back. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, sort of an in-depth look at keto diet and different people do different things with it. So it's, I mean, I still can't find any kale. I'm just curious to know if kale crisps are actually A, edible, and B, pleasant. But
they're not. Lex is lying about that. She's I would like to tell you she's mistaken, but she's not mistaken. She's telling you an outright lie. They're vile. It's basically crisped up bits of kale. It never becomes a crisp. It's just crunchy fried cabbage.
That's quite nice. Well, I'd like to give it a try, but I haven't had the opportunity.
Lex tells lies. Don't trust Lex. I'm going to get that on a t-shirt.
Don't trust Lex. She likes kale.
I have to say I like kale too, but I've never tried it crispy before. I need to do that.
Yeah, I've had
it's the same stuff they make what they call seaweed out of when you get seaweed at the Chinese takeaway, except they do something better to it.
Well, they cover it in salt and sugar, basically. That's what it is. Andrea eats strange vegetable crisps, according to Nick. I love those, the ones you can get in the supermarket that have beetroot and
parsnip
and I can't remember what the other thing is, but they're really nice. I could eat those quite happily. I could eat an entire packet.
Yeah, after Lex's and Kirsten's chat, I went down a bit of a tunnel and on YouTube and ended up finding a woman who's type 1 diabetic, and like she talks about food and what she eats, and basically she lives on vegetables, really. And Darren was like, there's no way that you could do that. I do like my vegetables, but I'm going to have to try and lower my carbs, because basically I'm just having way too much insulin at the moment. And the more insulin you take, the more that you retain fat. So that's why if you see someone who's got well-controlled blood sugars, 9 times out of 10, they're usually overweight, because if your blood sugar is well controlled, the insulin is working, but it's also helping you retain the fat. So it's really difficult for me to lose weight anyway. But yeah, I do want to try and up my amount of vegetables I eat and try and lower the carbs that I eat, basically.
Yeah.
Just the beetroot and parsnip crisps, Andrea. Do you eat them simply because they are nice, or are other crisps not vegan friendly? This is something I do not know about.
I eat lots of different crisps, really, but they're just really nice. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not that I started thinking, are crisps not vegan? Because I don't know. It's not something I ever look at. You know?
They are. Well, most are.
Yeah.
Some aren't, but
I wondered if they might have been fried in animal fats or something, and that was why you didn't have them, or you know.
no, most crisps are vegan, but you know, unless they're weirdly, some like Walker's salt and vinegar have got milk in, which is just odd.
Yeah, but their beef flavour has no meat content at all.
Yeah, exactly.
That's another question I'd like to ask you. Do you enjoy meat flavoured products? So like beef crisps, whatever. Or have you found that your psychological veganness has affected how you feel about even things that taste like meat? Do you know what I mean? Am I making any sense?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I do like beef crisps that are vegan.
Yeah.
and smoky bacon and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I just wondered if you could be vegan for long enough that even imitation meat taste was then like, can I put you off or whatever?
No.
I just wondered.
Yeah, isn't it? I suppose it's different.
I think I would gag at if I tried to eat meat anymore. I would reject it. But the taste of like fake stuff, you know, like flavoring and that sort of stuff, and I don't mind. And I like meat substitutes, you know, like corn and the vegan corn and you know, like Linda McCartney stuff, which is quite meaty. I quite like that.
Nick's being facetious. Oh dear, it's completely lost the plot there. There we go. Oh dear.
I'm not sure Nick ever had the plot, to be honest.
Well, so it's a point for debate, isn't it, really? Probably on another day, because we've done over an hour of lovely chat. I'm assuming we're going to keep Reselling Ladies going, whether or not people are reselling and whatever happens. I'm not sure whose channel it's going to be on next week.
It's me next.
Is it you next?
Yeah, it is me next.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's all well and good. We don't know what the dress-up thing code will be for next week. I should put that away.
I totally missed the dress-up code this week. I totally forgot.
Oh, exactly. Well, thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining us. I'm sorry if I missed you or ignored you. 1,000 apologies. I'm a bit rubbish at this. But thanks for joining us. And we'll see you again next week. Say bye-bye now, and I'll see if I can end this without it being embarrassing.
Bye now.
We're going now. We're going now. And I think